I decided to ask ChatGPT to repertorize a constitutional remedy for every member of my family.
Wow, that's fascinating. But you found all that on ChatGPT.
AG1 expanded into sleep. Unfortunately, though, they have a ton of ashwagandha, which is very anti-thyroid.
Spiritually, it felt so off because I'm like, why am I eating something that says it's like a chicken tender, but it's like not chicken? Like, just say whatever it is, but you don't want to say what it is because it's gross.
Skin cancers are the #1 cancers.
So with prevention, it's like, is it just skin checks? Like making sure that you have regular skin checks, or
My mom had this, my dad had that. That
Mhm.
means I'm going to become that. So that's not actually true. You just have these negative thoughts all the time about it that, you can become the problem.
Mhm.
So
there's like some study that like if you're listening to your own voice saying the affirmations, the way it like penetrates in your body is like
yes,
so much
because it's your
stronger.
frequency.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Celluverse. My name is Alana Keneally, and I'm joined with the one and only Dr. Keneally,
Hello, everyone.
and also the one and only Just Donovan.
Hi.
And we're so excited to take you guys behind the scenes of what we actually think about all things health. Let's jump in. How are you guys doing? What's up this week?
I've had a crazy week. I decided to ask ChatGPT to repertorize a constitutional remedy for every member of my family.
Wait, if you don't know what even that means, describe.
Okay, so I literally asked ChatGPT, like, will you please repertorize a homeopathic or a constitutional homeopathic for, and then I would say, like, for example, for my son, I was like, for my 5-year-old, he has a slender build, he has light hair, blue eyes, and then I like described like what he likes to eat, what he dislikes, if he has any like interesting quirks, and then ChatGPT asked me more questions, and then like we kind of went back and forth, and then it would give me its top 3 potential homeopathic remedies, and so then I would chat with it a little bit more, being like, this feels right, this feels wrong. All that to say, then I would get to what his constitutional remedy is, and then you do a reset. So then you do the dosage, whatever they say. So it's like different for children and for adults, and then you give them their dosage, and it like heightens any
Where
like
did you
weird
get it from? Did you make it, or how do you? Where
the
do you?
homeopathic,
Yeah,
just the internet.
I don't know.
Um, but my friend who's a naturopath, she did this with her daughter, and then I had to do it with for my kids. But it's so interesting because it essentially what happens when you do the reset, any of your like weird quirks, your stressors, whatever, there's a heightened phase for the first, you take a dose and you don't redose for another 4 to 6 weeks, and you only redose if you feel like you have to. But there's the heightened phase for the first 3 to 7 days where everything's a little bit wonky, and you shouldn't ever dose your children the same day that you dose yourself, because when you're in the heightened phase, you want that to just happen.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when your kids are in their heightened phase, you want to be able to be like
Got it.
a useful
Yeah.
participant.
Family homeopathic routines.
Yeah.
That's
It's really fun, and, like, it's really crazy because like, each one of the remedies are, like, so specific to each of us,
Hmm.
and it's, like, I don't know, it's just so crazy. It almost feels like astrology in a weird way, like, with homeopathics. Like, my constitutional remedy was sepia, and I was, like, reading my friend's, like, homeopathic book that's, like, they consider it, like, the homeopathic Bible, and there's, like, this one part of it on it that says only like, and this is, like, when you're in balance, but only is enjoying themselves when they're annoying other people, and I'm like, "That's so me," and, like, I've realized, like, this week, I've been that, like, I was, like, on a run with my husband, and he was like, "Okay, I'm not filling up for it, like, we're gonna go slow," and I'm like, "Uh-huh, for sure, I'm not filling up for it either," and then, like, we started, and I was like, "I'm gonna run faster than him," and, like, I was like, "I'm being so
You're
annoying."
being such a menace.
Yeah, so
That's so
I've been doing
funny.
that.
Okay, well, tell us the results when you get them, like if it worked or not.
Yeah, I'm day 6.
You are really like
Do I seem different?
no, you're the Christopher Columbus of random health treatments.
Mhm.
Like you go all in and try it at home.
I'm always searching for India.
You are. And I respect that so much. A true explorer of the art,
Thank you.
of the medicinal art. So she's always doing something. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do that and experiment and try it, and especially on ChatGPT, which I think is wow, that's fascinating that you found all that on ChatGPT.
Yeah. I mean, I even went in as far to be like, okay, and then what are the diets that are best for this like type? Give me snack ideas. Like
That's so cool, though.
it was really fun.
Well, you have to tell us though how this experiment
Yeah.
ends up, because I know you're in the middle of it.
Well, I gave the boys their dose yesterday morning, and Frankie last night, like one of his, like issues, I would say, is that he's like restless in the middle of the night. And he woke up so many times last night. It was crazy. And I was like, okay, so he's definitely in his heightened phase, which is like a good thing because you can tell that the homeopathic like is resonating with you if you kind of get into that phase. And he was like, it was 12 a.m. and he was like, I want Alana's lemonade. He's like obsessed with the lemonade that she gives him.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
High
That's
stakes
interesting.
now. I'm gonna make sure I do it right this time when he comes over. I don't want to disappoint.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He did knock it over 7 times last time, so we can work on that.
Yeah.
He's so cute. I'll do anything for him, honestly. We'll buy a whole strawberry farm. We'll get it all organized. Okay, Mom, anything fun you did this week?
Well, saw patients, and then Friday I met with the company to do a study on a new blood sugar product. It's natural. So we met with all the people and how the logistics of how it's going to all work out. But I'm really fascinated because we need more natural things for blood sugar, since a large part of the population has prediabetes and diabetes. And then went to Venice to do a podcast. And
Who was your podcast with him?
Heal Thyself.
Oh, you did that in person with Claudia?
Yes, and it's the worst place in the world to be on a Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So it took like a good portion of my day to go up there and come back.
I didn't know you went up there.
Yeah. And then one of my doctor friends, she bought me for my birthday a ion foot cleanse. And it's so funny because years ago when Grant and Alana were 6, I remember doing a ion cleanse on them, and then I remember checking their blood for heavy metals. And so yesterday, my husband and I in the backyard in the sun, we did an ion foot cleanse and compared notes. So anyway, I can't wait for Alana to try it.
Peas in a pod.
So anyway, I was really excited about it though, because it's like really good, especially since I've been getting reflexology for the last month. I've been seeing a reflexologist. One of my patients gifted me a reflexologist appointment, and it was amazing the first time. And so now I've been committing to once a week getting that. And then the first night I went and studied, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to really understand this for reflexology. So I went online and I was like, wow, this is like way amazing. How beautiful and mysterious and complex the human frame is, and how we have so much to learn.
It's amazing.
And feet are the true like foundations of it all.
Exactly. Like
They root
literally
us
think about it.
in everything.
Right.
You know?
So
They're
See-
so beautiful, all the bones and just
yeah, just the
incredible.
whole thing. So
I want an in-house reflexologist, just like there living with me all the time.
yeah.
Not go enough. Okay, well, this week in health pulse check, where we talk about the latest health stories, we have they just did a sneak peek, but we have about to hit shelves near you, Man Cereal. This is cereal for men, and that's what it's called, Man Cereal. Kind of clever. Yeah, and it's high creatine, high protein, high creatine, keto, 0 sugar.
What's in it though? Like I've seen all the things that it is, but like what are the actual ingredients?
It's actually just creatine and protein.
You don't, because
I looked up.
you looked it up.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and didn't see any
So
ingredients.
are they just
Mom-
little clumps of
It's creatine powder.
I'm sure it's stevia.
So, but
it's powder.
yeah,
no, it's cereal.
it's cereal. Oh, cereal will
They haven't
See, like,
released the
they're not
ingredients.
releasing, like, the actual ingredients, so I'm, like, so curious. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's always the devil's in the details.
yeah.
So to see what
If
creatine in
they
and of
use
itself
well,
is not bad.
if it's 0 sugar, we
Right.
know we're gonna
Yeah,
get
it has to
stevia
have a
bomb
sweetener, and then we use all
of some
these
sort.
sweeteners, and then people get sick from the sweeteners. So
And then also, like you were saying, like, you get really bloated from creatine.
Yeah.
Were you saying that?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't no, but I, like, know a lot of people that have issues with creatine, and well, 'cause when you take
interesting.
creatine, you can gain, like, 1 to 3 pounds of, like, water weight, 'cause it's, like, it what is it? Like, the water in the muscles, and that's what
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not gaining
you're not
weight.
gaining weight.
Weight.
Your
You're
re
gaining
your
the
retention.
creatine is enlarging the muscles, causing more
Yeah.
uptake of water
So
for
I
the
think that's
cells.
why, like, a lot of people are coming out not I don't know if it's a lot of people, but that array supplement of being, like, the slim creatine, and it's trying to say that this creatine won't make you bloat because it
Yeah.
has, like, a probiotic in it, but I don't think
Mm,
any of that is necessarily
yeah, I think you just use the pure
Mhm.
creatine.
Is that Creapure that people like? I think.
Mhm.
Right. There's a good
Or
product
Mon
from Germany too. That's
Yeah.
excellent. So
I'm
Okay.
not anti-creatine. I think you kinda have to make sure everything's, like, functioning well, though.
right, and it's purity
Yeah.
I
source.
don't take it, but I don't have anything against it.
Well, at 30 years of age, you usually don't need creatine, even though your brother takes it.
I
And
do have a thing against the gummies, though. I just think
uh,
remember we tried them the other day and they were disgusting?
oh yeah.
We were like, "How do people eat this? Like, how is this
Yeah.
company doing, like, 30
Well, and you
million a
can't just
year?"
do one
You have to have
gummy.
4.
You have to have 4. So
But they taste awful.
they
Like,
taste awful. So it's like, no,
just
I'll
like,
just
what?
do the powder.
Yeah.
So
I'd
that
much
just
rather do pure powder, but I don't do it just because I have, like, an allergy against trends.
I think
I
the
feel
thing
very
is it's a
defiant.
trend, but it's really literally something been around a
I
long
know,
time.
but I still
And it's
The
really,
price,
really, it's
yeah.
really good. It's really good, especially people have sarcopenia. And so as we age, we all develop that. So I think creatine can help with people losing muscle, and especially on those people on the GLP-1s. They need things to keep their supplements to keep their muscles, among many other
Mhm. It's
things.
also really good
Health.
for mothers too, for, like, when there's, like, so many studies that have been coming out about, like, sleep deprivation and then taking I think it's 10 milligrams of, creatine, and it, like, helps.
Mm.
So, like,
Mhm.
cognitive function.
Yes, cognitive function. Yes, it does. So
So, there's purposes.
Yeah.
yes,
Just the gummies taste really bad. Have you tried those?
I tried them once, and I could only have one, I couldn't even do the rest.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the powder.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just
the
mix
powder's
the powder
tasteless.
in
Yeah.
something and enjoy it.
Well, we'll reach out to Man Cereal. We'll get to the bottom of the ingredients.
Mm.
No Lovebird, I know that.
Yeah, it's no Lovebird. This episode sponsored by Lovebird, and Man Cereal could never. They could never
They
get there.
couldn't.
They could consult.
They couldn't. They
They
really
could
couldn't.
consult Lovebird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll collab in the future.
Yes, exactly. That'd be a good thing.
I wonder too who's starting the Man Cereal thing, because like if they're doing 0 sugar, I know they're not really on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you're like part of the alt health man Twitter community,
Community that you're a part of.
yeah.
The old man.
Yeah, if you're on there, I just think you know better than to go towards stevia.
Mhm.
So I'm distrustful, but I'm a natural skeptic, just natural born.
It's necessary.
It was good to question everything.
Yeah. But speaking of GLPs, on this news report is Serena Williams is the newest ambassador of Roe for their GLPs. She's showing how she does her weight loss story with the GLP-1s that Roe is offering. Does she like not get enough like money from the tournaments or something?
Isn't her husband on Reddit?
Yeah, what is she doing?
I think she really likes it.
She really likes the product, really?
I think a lot of people really like GLP,
Yes.
like, because they're just like, oh, people like to be thinner,
Yeah, that's true.
and is I guess like one of the greatest
Yeah,
athletes to ever live,
totally.
and that's not enough.
Mm. So why can't do you think she doesn't have like a dietitian making or like someone making a chef that like makes her
Food?
skinny food? Like,
No, I think wasn't she like vegan for a while?
oh, really? It's so interesting how, like, it doesn't even matter how, like, wealthy you are, you still don't know anything about health.
Mm-mm.
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 No,
No.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, like Kim Kardashian, she's, like, always talking about all the chefs that she has, all the things that
Oh,
you
right.
see her fridge and stuff, and then it's all, like, vegan products,
Vegan
fake milk, and
burgers.
you're just like, you could have if you wanted to not drink actual milk, you could have someone, like, break open a coconut and make you coconut milk every single day if you wanted
Wow.
to, and you're
Yeah.
not doing that. So,
Yeah.
she's not using
So
her
smart.
resources wisely.
Also, the GLPs, like, first of all, I think we need to do an internal dive into someone's life to truly understand how they sleep, their water, their the actual food. Are they eating real food? Because when you eat real food, you're full.
Yeah.
And then your movement, exercise, most people are not moving. And then a lot of people have hormonal imbalances, whether it's thyroid or sugar or adrenals or whatever it is. So you better do a forensic analysis of that first before you just go in and jump into a GLP. And not to mention, if a patient needs or you think they need a GLP, really do a really good questionnaire and do a good informed consent so they know of things that they could possibly side effects they could have. And so you can counterbalance the side effects because there's a lot of gastrointestinal side effects, in fact, a very high percentage. So I think that I think it's so easy to just go to that.
Yeah.
And then once you're on the GLPs, there's no getting off.
Yeah.
And then the muscle, which is where your metabolism and the electricity of your body, your muscles are like batteries and they are producing electrons. And so here you are decreasing the amount of muscle that you have. And the more muscle you have at resting, the higher your metabolism. So there's like what we were talking about in our doctor's meeting is like we do a body composition on the patients before and a week after and weekly. So we know they're not losing muscle because how it's going to affect everyone is different, but give people the necessary protective measures, whether it's fiber, whether it's magnesium, whether it's HMB hydroxymethylbutyrate to help their gut. I mean, there's all these natural things you can do. We talked about creatine right now, creatine. So, like, you want to be careful about how we utilize
I
these.
will say this is just amazing marketing because it's like the greatest athlete on earth being like,
Right.
yeah,
Like
this
having
is,
a weight problem.
yeah, and it's like this is permission.
Right.
She's the greatest athlete ever,
Mhm.
and
You're like, yeah, you can afford to lose muscle. You have so much of it. Like, not everyone has that much muscle.
yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how much they paid her. I mean, it must have been an
An enormous amount.
enormous sum of
'Cause-
money
And
because
then
I'm
as
Roe is
active and
trailing Hims and Hers. Hims and Hers, I think, is way bigger than Roe. So I think this is like kind of a Hail Mary, if I had to guess.
yes.
I don't
Uh-huh.
know. Really? But
Yeah. Anyway, I think cautionary all the time.
yeah, definitely a cautionary principle with your health.
Mhm.
But I think they can be like good catalysts for losing weight, and people want that, at the end of the day. So interesting. Okay. AG1 expanded into sleep this week, recently. I don't know about this week, but so this is like, AG1, mom?
Yes, I do.
Okay. They make like green powders. Have you ever drank them?
Mm-mm.
Me either. But they're now doing sleep.
But
This
they're
is
expanding their market.
yes.
And so, because the sleep deprivation market is huge.
Unfortunately, though, they have a ton of ashwagandha, which is very anti-thyroid. You want to be super careful with ashwagandha. Like I personally would never take ashwagandha.
Well, it's more ashwagandha can be beneficial, especially with people with high stress. And they have other ingredients in it,
But there's other
magnesium.
things you can take that are anti-thyroid.
Right.
And
So again, it's all about balance. Everything's about balance in creating the corporation of the body with what you're taking. And so They have other ingredients. It's not just ashwagandha. It's theanine. It's got some GABA type supplement also in it. But they're just expanding their markets
Yeah, I know.
because sleep is
Yeah.
a big problem. And
But they shouldn't do it this way.
yeah.
$79 a month for you to like destroy your thyroid.
Well, it's not going to destroy everybody's thyroid. Okay,
Not everybody's, but it's a risk.
right. There's
know.
risk with everything, so.
But some more than others, and ashwagandha just happened to have like a higher risk profile.
No, but I feel like we all survived like 2012 to 2000, like, 18, where everyone was taking ashwagandha? Like, remember when
People
Sun
still have-
Potion was like
Yes.
really big and
They were
prune juice was
making it.
huge? Like, I
I was reading some reports on Twitter that people were having like really bad responses. I don't know.
to ashwagandha or the
Yeah,
like,
no ashwagandha.
well, I remember when I was pregnant, that's when I like fully stopped because I don't know, it was like a nightshade or something. Someone
Yeah.
was saying, I don't know what the trend was then, but just being like, don't do ashwagandha when you're pregnant. I'm like, totally.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so meat is back at 11 Madison Park. After 4 years of being vegan, the chef has brought back meat at 11 Madison Park restaurant in New York City.
I'm happy for them.
I'm happy for it too. One of the most popular restaurants in New York. Have you been? Has anyone been?
I've never been.
No, I've never
We
been,
don't
but I
live in
think
New
it's
York.
great they brought meat back to the menu.
It's Lindy. It just goes to show you can't just undo history. We've just been eating meat.
People yearn for meat.
What?
I said what was I gonna say? The restaurant in Orange County, Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever frequent Vibe?
Mm-mm.
It's like a vegan spot.
Yes, I know
It's like
exactly.
smoothies and stuff.
Smoothies and green drink.
It would be so good if they had meat, like, because they're like the
I told
flavors
them.
and everything.
I told them,
I know he's really
and
nice.
he refused to.
No,
And I was like,
no,
"What? You got a protein
The
it."
refuse owner of Vibe. I see him at Hillstone restaurants all the time.
What a cheater.
And I'm happy for him.
What's Hillstone?
Hillstone is like it's
The restaurant
the
chain.
R&D, Gulfstream,
Oh, I got it. Oh, well,
Bandera.
oh, wow.
Oh, they own Bandera too.
Wow.
Fast. People are like obsessed with Hillstone. So
They're a great institution, I'd say. I mean, it's not like they're usually like the best ingredients.
I was
and
going to
stuff.
say, yeah.
That's not. But like spiritually, like if Sean's having a bad week,
we'll hit up Hillstone.
let's go to R&D. Let's go have a burger at R&D.
Yes.
He's gonna be okay.
R&D is really good. The Newport Beach salad.
I love the orange.
It's really-
It's really good.
I'm a crispy chicken sandwich girl.
Yeah.
I like don't eat crispy chicken sandwiches anywhere, but if I'm at a wrong, that is what I'm eating. It's delicious.
So anyways, we have him on camera at Hillstone.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Well,
We know you.
it's good. It's good that he conceded, like, he maybe is missing out on customers that really enjoy meat.
Where is this restaurant?
The founders of Cafe Gratitude, remember when they came out
Yes.
and they were no longer vegan?
Didn't they go under in Orange County or something?
They did. I mean, it was the times and the location,
Yeah.
but they got like death threats when they were like, actually, meat's really important because
Oh wow.
they like moved out of LA. So they started a whole bunch of Cafe Gratitudes, like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
They moved out of LA, and they had a farm in Vacaville, which was like amazing. I went to it around and like during COVID, and we would wake up in the morning. So it was like they had a farm and people could stay on it, and like there was like 2 or 3 bathrooms, and it was like very communal, and like all the sheets there were like what's that one brand, that Japanese like.
Koyushi?
Yeah, everything was Koyushi. Like it was like so well thought out. You would wake up in the morning, you would go milk the cows with them. You have you would have like everyone that worked on the farm and everyone that was staying there at the same time would have breakfast together. You'd all hold hands, say what you were grateful for. It was like the most beautiful experience. We went up there a few times during COVID, and
Wow.
they would make like ice cream with the colostrum. Like the meals were amazing, but they realize that it's better for the environment to actually eat meat, and people were
Better for the
upset by
bodies.
that.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Now they live in Idaho.
Really?
Yeah, so they live in Idaho, and she has like a creamery.
Mm.
Garrissy.
Mm.
And
The owners of Cafe Gratitude.
yeah, they're like they're amazing.
Yeah, I went into their LA location the other day.
Yeah.
And it was bumping. I was sad
Yeah.
about the Orange County one because I used to go there sometimes.
Well, do you know what? Their daughter had a spot. I can't think of what the name of it was, but it was by Honey High, and she did the same thing where she was like, "Okay, this was vegan," and then she started to bring in meat, and everyone was so mad in LA that restaurant went down.
Hmm.
The Sage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you been to a Juan ice cream?
No.
Oh my gosh. It's like coconut milk ice cream.
Oh, wait,
Mm.
maybe I have.
It's so good. It's literally the best place in the world for ice cream. Like, I think it's just absolutely incredible. And they have a location right next to Cafe Gratitude, which is why I was there after eating a pint of a Juan ice cream for one pint is $16, but it's worth
Oh, wow.
every bite. We used to go there all the time. It's so incredible. I think Frankie and Lucky would absolutely love it.
I love ice cream.
Their Oreo flavors, they're the most popular, and it's like they're just incredible. Jacob and I used to ask, like, can we please invest in this company? And they're like, we do not need you. Like, stop talking to me. You're like, okay, fair, but we're like true fans. Yeah, I'm looking at Vibe in Orange County. This looks crazy. Chickpea frittata. They don't even do eggs? Or
No, it's
No.
vegan.
No, I've
Oh.
already talked to them.
Oh, you have.
And
You're on
they-
their case.
yes, because I was gonna have it as an option for patients, but they're like, they won't allow protein, not even allow it. Like it could be optional.
What I do, they have a location on 17th Street, so I'll get, like, one of their bowls, and then I'll go to
Right.
Burger Lounge, which is, like, they have, like, grass-fed
Yeah.
beef,
And
like,
that's
they'll
nice.
put a patty on top of the bowl and just, like, mix the flavors. It's pretty delicious.
Well, I think a lot of these fake meat companies too have been shown that the demand isn't there. Like, they're all going under.
Yeah, like
Right.
daring. But the thing
Yeah.
is about them, they don't do fake meat. They do chicken
Yeah.
things, which I'm like, whatever. But, like, at least they're not doing fake things, or they'll
Yeah.
do, like, a beet burger, a bean burger.
Yeah.
I respect that they don't do fully fake.
Same, because it's like at that point, just let us eat meat.
Mhm.
Like, if you're just trying to replicate.
Do you remember Native Foods back in the
course,
day?
Yeah, a long time ago. I forgot about.
Yeah, when I was, like, 15, I worked at a Beakram studio, and I would, like, go down to Native Foods and eat the
Yes.
food all the time, but then I'd be like, spiritually, it felt so off because I'm like, "Why am I eating something that says it's, like, a chicken tender, but it's, like, not chicken?" Like, just say whatever it is, but you don't wanna say what it is because it's gross.
Yeah.
But, Native Foods is fun.
Yeah. And people just like, I guess, like, meat consumption is definitely still, like, going strong, which I guess this 11 Madison Park learned. I can't even imagine, like, a really nice menu with no meat. It's just, like, kind of foreign to me.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if you're really good at what you do, there's this one restaurant in Barcelona that's, like, a vegan restaurant, and to this day is, like, one of my favorite restaurants, even though I really like meat.
Where is that?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. You may know about it. You were in Barcelona,
Like, the
Alana.
green door, I think.
Really
good.
good. Yeah, I went with my boyfriend one time to San Sebastian, and we did a tour of, like, all the amazing restaurants in San Sebastian. And it was
Sounds
the food
delicious.
was amazing there. Have you been to Carbone?
No.
The, like, restaurant on
I never have.
Emily and we should do a trip there. Should record a podcast there
Yeah.
in a Carbone restaurant.
Just carbo loading.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you go to 11 Madison Park, there's gonna be food. I mean, real food, meat is gonna be happening there. Do we feel good about this week in news, or do we want to do one more?
I feel
I
good.
feel good about that. Yeah, same. Okay. So, the body maps topic is kind of something from my book, in which the chapter is called The Shape It Takes, which is like the shape it takes, like the cancer, what shape it takes in the body. And one of the most interesting cancers is skin cancer because it's just so prevalent. But within skin cancer, it's really nuanced. It's super nuanced because a lot of people think that, like, melanoma is just caused by the sun.
Right.
But what they don't realize is, like, there's different types of skin cancers, and the kind that cause, like, sunburns cause looks very different than just melanoma. And you know that.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think about the ABCDE, right, of skin, like, first of all, the 3 skin cancers are basal cell, squamous cell, and melanoma. And a lot of people think melanoma can be caused from the skin, but I think it's the most prevalent is on their extremities or their feet. And so which
Yeah,
is
15% of cases occur on the foot
foot, which
and
is
ankle,
right, which
which are
is
covered
yeah,
usually.
which are covered. So, but
And melanomas found on the feet are the most advanced by the time they're detected,
right. And so
which
if
is
you look
crazy.
at the ABCDE asymmetry, so like it should be very fine, borders, like not irregular. And then so asymmetry of it, when you look at it, it doesn't look like a like a circle, perfect circle. And then the borders will be irregular. Then color, like especially I had a patient recently, and I said, so like, tell me, how did this start? And what made you finally go? And they said, because it's had so many different colors, red, brown, black. And then the diameter, so if it's growing, you wanna really catch melanoma in its infancy, like really, really small because it is very manageable, and then if it's evolving.
Hmm.
So those are how do you know if something is irregular? That is, skin cancers are the number one cancers. So, and despite what's so interesting is despite our extreme use of sunscreen, that we aren't really preventing skin cancer. And so
Yeah.
also, especially melanoma, like you have to think about the internal nature of the human frame as opposed to it's not just a superficial thing.
So basically, there's non-melanomas, which are not life-threatening usually,
Right.
like the fatality rate's under 1%.
Yes.
But then melanoma, once it spreads, the 5-year survival rate plummets to around 15 to 20%. So just within skin cancer, you're basically looking at two sort of different things.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
and we did a whole article on melanoma, but what's interesting is there's lower rates of melanoma for outdoor workers have lower rates of melanoma than indoor workers, which is absolutely crazy.
Right.
And so a lot of times hormones are at play for melanoma.
So with prevention, it's like, is it just skin checks? Like making sure that you have regular skin checks, or
Well,
does that?
first of all, I think you have to do your own skin check personally,
Yeah,
like know your body,
yeah,
right? Because I think skin checks are good, but I think you're the one that knows your body better than anyone, better than any doctor. So if you like see something, oh, this
this
pops
feels
up.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels off. And that's when you go
Yeah.
and see a dermatologist.
And one of the best things you need to do is make sure your hormones are balanced. Because we found a study. One study found 53% increase of melanoma risk in women that are on hormone therapy taking estradiol without progesterone.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you're having like high estrogen and high TSH, it's been linked to melanoma.
Mhm.
So like people with like family like history of skin cancer, like my friend's husband, um, his dad passed away when he was young from skin cancer. And so now he and his sister get regular skin checks, and they get anytime there's anything, like they get it cut off. But he's actually growing allergic to the, what is it?
Anesthetic.
Mhm. Because
Really?
he's gotten this done so
Right.
often.
He
Like
has
so
that
the
many weird things on his skin coming up?
well, not that he has that many, but like every few years when he has
Yeah.
that, if they take like 3 off, like,
Wow.
like it gets really sensitive. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, what's the solution? Like when his son grows up, like is his son gonna have to do the same thing where it's like anytime there's something weird, we're cutting everything out? Like,
Right.
is that what people should be doing? Like what should you look
Well,
into?
first of all, that's kind of extreme.
Yeah.
So, really, genetics plays a very, very small part in the
Mhm.
development of cancer. I think it's your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are passed on. So, here they think, okay, my mom had this, my dad had that. That
Mhm.
means I'm going to become that. So, that's not actually true. So, I think it's really like, I mean, I look at myself, I'm like, don't have any of my parents' history whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so, I think we have a friend that's so funny because one of our best friends, their dad died of melanoma. He is going to the doctor
He's
all
a
the time,
fanatic.
and he's a fanatic and has so many. So every time you do an invasion to the body, that's another injury.
Yeah.
And so almost that's a nidus because it becomes a weak point,
Yeah, because
right?
of the scar.
It is
And
scar.
mentally, it
And
becomes
then
a
it
weak
becomes
point.
like, I think if you just take like, do proper.
He, like, lives in paranoia.
Yeah,
I know.
right. Yes, and that's what these people are. It's just
Yeah.
like anything.
Well, because it's like it's like a thought of like, "Oh my gosh, my body could betray me at any point." Like,
Right.
Mhm.
And so
instead of
so that
trusting.
lowers your vibration,
Yeah.
and you just have these negative thoughts all the time about it that you can become the problem.
Mhm.
So,
And you also wanna, like, as far as prevention goes, like, have a good base layer of sun exposure, and
Definitely.
he, like,
right.
doesn't wanna do that. He, like, thinks that's not okay, and it's, like, well, actually a protective base layer of,
Right.
like,
Yeah, and
no sunburns. Sunburns are
not the
stressful on the body,
right.
but, like, just, regular sun exposure so you have that base built up of exposure, and those vitamin
Exactly.
D levels up.
Right, because we're trying to tell everyone the sun is not good, but that's all of our cells have biophotons of light that we need
Mhm.
the sunshine to turn on our cellular light. And so when people demonized the sun, and now I've explained that to him. I've sent him information so that he gets sun, not overexposure, but gets sun.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally becomes, like, a paranoia.
Mhm.
When he goes out in the sun, I'm like, "Whoa, what's
Right,
happening?"
right.
Like, you're gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. But he's like really we've told him, I'm like, it's real a lot of melanoma is related to hormones, high TSH, high estrogen, low progesterone. He doesn't care.
Right.
He's just like, no, I like my dungeon I live in.
Well, because it's like it's like all he knows. It's like
Hmm.
almost safer to be like,
It's safer for
I
them
get
in
it.
their
I can,
mind.
yeah, I can retreat.
Yeah.
And this is the one bad thing. Instead of like me taking the ownership of like my hormones and stuff, I can just say, no, I'm just not gonna go to the bad thing, which is the
Mm-hmm.
sun.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I think
And
that's
also, if
great.
you
Yeah.
become what you think about most of the time. So if you're constantly in that constant thinking, "Oh, I gotta avoid melanoma. I don't, my dad had it. This person had. I don't. I'm worried about getting it all the time." That's not a good way to be. You know, your thoughts channeled that way. It's not good.
Yeah.
So
I have this like app. I don't even know what it's called, but you can put in your own affirmations. So then and then you listen to it with
that's
your
so cool.
voice.
I
And
love
so
it.
then like there's like some study that like if you're listening to your own voice saying the affirmations, the way it like penetrates in your body is like
Yes,
so much
because it's your
deeper.
frequency.
Exactly. So I'll listen to my affirmations. Like
Hmm.
I'll go into ChatGPT.
I want to do that.
I'll go into ChatGPT and I'll type a little I'm like, do it in the voice of like Louise Hay or like, you have different people
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll write up some affirmations that I need and then I'll say it into this app and then you just you just listen to it without
What is your theme for your affirmations
it
right now?
it depends. It depends. I've gone to this there's this practice called body talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with it. And so it's like this therapy that you go to and this person like they do like muscle testing almost and they see what's going on in your body, the motions, whatever. And so then she'll send you the notes back of like what she picked up. Like she
Well,
walks you through everything, but then she sends you the notes. So I'll put that into ChatGPT because I'll be like, this is like what's present when I'm working
this is
on.
what's resonating
Yeah.
with
And
your
so
body.
then yeah. I think like last time I went to my appointment, we were really working on my thymus.
Mm.
Mhm.
I actually give
Affirmations for
all
the thymus.
Yeah, I actually give all the patients their first visit affirmations.
Yeah.
So I have them, I said, start with these, say
Mhm.
these 3 times a day, and then we will customize them for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's learning how to be conscious of our thoughts because we have all these recordings from in utero to where we are. Then we take in all the senses and the memory we've accumulated and the experiences we've accumulated. So now it's like everything that you're thinking isn't always serving you.
Mhm.
So we want to program with conscientious thought and personalize it to each person. And then once you start doing it, you do it by yourself, but
Yeah.
without even thinking
It's
about it.
almost
It's
like
just automatic.
it's like praying without
Easy,
ceasing, where it's
exactly,
like,
correct.
uh
Yeah, and there's nothing better for you to do than that. I found even I've told you, Alana, you got to turn that into a positive affirmation,
Mhm.
right? And so, yeah, and we all have to do that. Like, it's not like just unique for
yeah.
every one of us has a curveball and detour on a regular basis. So we've
Yes,
got to
ma'am.
turn that into
An opportunity.
opportunity, yes, and positive. And like, what is the universe telling me right now?
Mhm. Mhm. As far as skin cancer treatments, how do you treat melanoma differently than, like, a different kind of skin cancer?
Oh, that's a great question. So melanoma, once the biopsy is done, and I think it's really important that the dermatologist get clear margins from the beginning. Like, if you think something is abnormal, you wanna get clear margins. You don't wanna go in and do a secondary surgery. Well, you unfortunately, with melanoma, you have to, because once you diagnose, they go in and take a very large it's a very big surgery to remove, because they wanna make sure, because it travels so fast, so
Mm.
they make sure they get a very big piece of wherever it is. So it's a very big surgery, so it's a wide excision surgery, so it's very, very, you know,
Yeah.
big, because it travels to wherever, so you wanna get the biggest piece before it's traveled to a lymph node. Whereas basal cell and squamous cell, instead of we will do a small little biopsy, and once we identify it, then we use light to destroy as opposed to a surgery. So we use a laser, it's called Weber endolaser, so it's actually a new way of treating skin cancer so it doesn't leave a scar.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So,
Hmm.
very nice.
I was reading someone, I think was it on Twitter, like, because fat on our skin, like, it could be PUFA,
Right?
polyunsaturated fats on
That's
our
right.
skin, and, like, the sun interaction with it could be a major contributor of, like, that interaction. Because it's not like the sun never plays a role in melanoma, it's always, like, the storm that's created, so it could be,
Underlying.
like, PUFA under the skin, and
PUFA, heavy metals,
yeah.
all kinds of things, unfortunately, stored in the fat.
But how many skin cancers do you treat, like, a month or
Well, I would fair amount of melanomas.
really? Okay.
Yes, because people it's interesting. I have a girl young girl, mommy, she's only in her 30s. I think third child, wants to have her fourth child. She just came in, and she has a history of melanoma. So I told her, look, we need to make sure before you get pregnant that everything is good, because the hormone fluctuations can feed cancers.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, she's really doesn't want to take any medications. Not that she needs it at this point, but also pregnancy can have, uh, a hormonal fluctuation and may contribute to growth of cancer. So I said, look, let's put that on the table, but let's finish doing some work, because she's been nursing her third baby. And so she hasn't necessarily really completed all the protocols that I told her to do. And so
She
because
has melanoma?
yeah,
Oh my
mm,
gosh.
mhm. She's only, like, in her 30s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So
Wow.
so so we have to always err on the side of caution with melanoma, because melanoma is such a fast-growing cancer. So
Yeah.
she knows this. She's very, very smart engineer, patient, and so it's just that, she wants to have another child before she gets older. Her
Hmm.
4th child, so
That's impressive.
Man.
yeah.
All right, it's time for some house calls. So she says from Sally. She says her daughter's lifelong battle has been with severe eczema. She's turning 20 in August. To cut to the chase, does anyone there help people like our daughter with severe eczema?
Does she mean there as in
Probably
Yes.
the center.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, if she's 19 or 20, possibly she's probably taken multiple rounds of antibiotics, because antibiotics, when you take them, you damage the natural microbiome. And what do you grow when you take antibiotics? You grow fungus. And eczema probably has a big fungal component, plus food allergies. You should get food allergy testing. And then I would cleanse and then put her on a natural treatment
Or
for fungus.
sometimes you don't need food allergy testing. You need to start eating the right foods
Right, exactly. But
before you like a lot of them. Those testings are useful for
yeah.
some people.
Well, I found them it's information.
Sometimes it's the
And
wrong
sometimes
information.
right, but sometimes it's something that's profound. I'll say, "Let's just try this for a month." And I will tell you that most of the time, patients, especially young patients, they're eating something that their body just doesn't like, you know? And then if they
And you
have,
can
like
intuitively know that though too,
or well, not everyone
Yeah, not
may
everyone's
have
in tune with that.
the in
It's a good
tune
starting point
yeah.
though, is to get in touch with your compass.
Yes, it's true. It's very true, but not everyone has pays attention to that
Yeah.
intuition.
Yeah, you guys are
So they need guidance in it.
I feel like tallow would be good for eczema, but I've never
Tallow,
I love
baking
ta
soda would be very good.
yeah, like a baking soda soak.
Yeah, mhm, right.
Totally. Someone said, "Can you please help us understand why you deny patients?"
Ugh,
Why do you deny patient? Is it because the case is too advanced or
the
something?
case the
Or the sh
only time and it's not chronic medical conditions, it's someone whose cancer, they've done everything and it's everywhere,
it's everywhere.
right? And they can barely walk
Yeah.
or they're just too sickly to
Mhm.
even come to the clinic.
Mm.
So we ask some critical questions that evaluate that because we would love to take those patients, but they come there with somebody possibly, and that person's got to be tending to them the whole time because our staff is, tending to all the patients. And so, and I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah,
So I look at
totally.
the cases, but we do literally try to take the patients, but if it's so extreme and I feel like they've already gone and
Exhausted.
exhausted
All the
lots of
things.
things, and then I'm the Hail Mary, and I'm like, "Whoa, that's not even fair." Like, let's start from the beginning. Let's when, you get diagnosed with cancer, you wanna educate yourself on cancer. You wanna look at every possible thing and just doing the conventional treatments of surgery, chemo, radiation, or smart drugs, that's not the answer because those all have all the hazards. What are all the contributing factors that created this? You gotta change the terrain in the garden that the cancer came in. You can't just do injurious immunosuppressive inflammatory processes and not take care of that, but you gotta take care of the patient with all that if you need that. And so it's not so simple, and our the medical system for cancer is very hard on the patient.
Yeah.
It's very, very injurious and also like looking at all the etiologies of it. There's virus related, bacteria related, heavy metals, toxicity, stress, etc. Right? We're just not this reductionistic, thing where you just do surgery, chemo, radiation, and smart drugs, right? You got to think about preparing the patient and taking care of the patient and how are all these things going to affect you.
Okay, thanks for joining us for another episode of Celluverse. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
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 Celluverse is the podcast where we get real about what's making us sick and what it actually takes to get better. Hosted by Alana Keneally, Jess Donovan, and Dr. Lee Aaron Keneally, this show pulls back the curtain on mitochondria, metabolism, hormones, toxins, cancer, and all the stuff your doctor shrugs off. We dig into the science, but also the lived experience of what it means to be healthy in today's world.
Just a reminder, anything discussed on this podcast is not medical advice.
And nothing can actually harm you if you're pure of heart.